Hello everyone, welcome to Azure Light. Today I am doing a collective energies reading and healing session. So actually for the next 10 minutes I'm going to be meditating and focusing on the collective energy and the messages that Spirit wants me to channel. So you'll see me taking notes as I'm doing my meditation. I may randomly start singing. I'm listening to music. This is just a short 10-minute meditation session to start off the reading and get the energies going and grounded. So if you feel like it, you can join me for the next 10 minutes and we can just meditate and focus. If I start singing, it's not meant to throw you off. It's meant to, I'm channeling messages through my music. So sometimes I'll just start singing randomly a part that I feel is a part of the message. So if it resonates, I hope that it helps you. I will be at the end of the video sharing all of the songs that Spirit guided me to take note of, as they usually, if you resonate with a specific song, it can have a message in there for you. So let's go ahead and start our meditation session, taking in a deep breath and exhaling. And go at your own pace, take your time, and just relax into the energies, the healing vibes that are coming from this space. Before I do actually continue the meditation, I do want to mention that I have a pink and blue candle going for divine balance, divine feminine and masculine energies, as well as a lotus incense. You can look up the properties, see if this holds any importance to you and what you're currently going through. So let's go ahead and get started with our meditation. This was in my last one. Open up, but my feelings are fatal. Rest, don't walk, play, run. Skinny dipping rabbit holes for fun. Popping balloons with guns. Getting high off helium. "33 years, and I'm grateful I survived. Give us 35. Joke's on you, motherfucker, we alive." Only pussy parties, I was on the same thing. Whew. All right, so we are now going to get into the reading after I share my notes. So to start off, the initial energy that I got. So I feel like I'm channeling a couple different energies today, which usually happens. I'll be channeling a couple different energies throughout the reading. But one of them is a love energy. I feel like overall it's not like new love or anything like that. I feel like it's self-love, connection to yourself, how you love yourself, how you see yourself. One of the songs I got was Feelings Are Fatal by MXMT Tune. I don't know how to best explain that because that name is weird to me, but it's MXM Tune, like TOON, like cartoon. Um, and then the notes that came after that song was struggling to open up and let go of past pain. So this song is really talking about how her emotions, she wants to be open and share them, but it's really hard for her because they're really heavy. It's very she doesn't feel right putting her emotions on another person. And the letting go of past pain was something that I channeled myself. And I feel like maybe you've continuously talked about these feelings about this past situation and you're just kind of really over it. You're done sharing it. You're done trying to find some sort of like peace within this, just some closure basically. And you've kind of been very pent up with these emotions. And I feel like it's causing a lot of blockages for you in life that you're noticing, and you're just tired of these blockages and you're ready to like push them out of the way and say no more to this. I feel like this also pertains to the throat chakra note that I got here. I feel like you also struggle to open up because you're surrounded by people who don't genuinely support you, and you can feel it. You're a very empathic person, so you can feel people's true intentions towards you, or if they're actually here to emotionally support you or not. And so you find it very hard to find somebody that you can open up to without feeling like they're just smiling in your face, but as soon as they turn around, they're like telling everybody your business. And you're not trying to do that. You're not trying to have people around you like that. Another song that I got was Get You by Daniel Caesar, and I feel like I just need to share that one. I didn't really get any notes for that song. It was just one that was channeled and I felt very drawn to connect to. So that could have to do something with like a relationship that you're in or going to be in potentially. But I don't really have any clear messages on that one. I feel like you have a career opportunity coming in here, but being so pent up is what's blocking it from coming in. I feel like you need to release your emotions somehow. Maybe there's somebody that you genuinely trust, but you're having a hard time opening up to them because there's somebody that you're really close to. But it's better to get these emotions out rather than keep them inside your body, as it'll cause blockages, like I said, within your like throat chakra or within your heart chakra that don't really allow you to feel at your energetic best. So basically your energy gets drained because of holding all of these emotions. You think that it's going to help you, but in the end it's actually just causing you more trouble and more struggle with trying to move forward. So there's that need to heal your throat chakra. And also another thing, this pertains to this. We have the song Mad Hatter by Melanie Martinez that came up. And this song to me is really about, you know, it's about being surrounded by people who who have an idea of what normal is or of what you should be like. And I feel like you're surrounded by people that just expect you to fit in. They expect you to be like them. I'm feeling like it's a very bad crowd. Like they're into drugs and all types of stuff like that. And they're not really helping you grow on a soul level because they're consistently like, it's just always around. It's not like they're saying, hey, do this or hey, take this. It's just that maybe you used to do that. And so now you being around them is really hard because they're still doing it. And I feel like you don't want to like just drop them as your friends, but at the same time you've gotten to an energetic level where you're having trouble still going around these people because you no longer want to be involved in that kind of lifestyle. You've healed beyond that. And I feel like they really make you feel different and kind of alienate you for the way that you look at the world even. So I got the message to appreciate your uniqueness. No need to pretend to be someone you are not or do things you normally wouldn't. So commit to yourself and your boundaries. That also really goes hand in hand with your throat chakra. Is if you're sitting there and you're letting people basically tell you how to live your life, you're not setting your boundaries, respecting yourself as a human. And you deserve that respect. You deserve to be appreciated for who you are without feeling like you need to put on a filter. I got another note. It's gratitude, focusing on growth. So the gratitude, I feel like maybe sometimes you get so sucked into the negativity that you're feeling that it's very hard for you to feel gratitude because you're very focused on all that has been going wrong in your life. And Spirit's really calling you to look at the things that are going good, look at the things to be grateful for. Maybe even look at the negative emotions you've been going through and see if maybe they're trying to teach you a lesson. And sometimes I'm even grateful for the negative emotions that I go through because they showed me that sometimes life is freaking rough and you're going to go through a patch where you're lost and you don't really know anything. And those emotions are going to help you realize how you can get over that bump, how you can get over that road bump. So even though they hurt and they're painful, it's still something that opens your eyes. It helps you realize that life has a lot of road bumps, but as long as we continue to focus on getting over them, it's a growing process for us. You know, we always have those little growing pains. So the next thing, focusing on growth, is once again being grateful for what you're going through and understanding that sometimes it's just a life lesson can help you grow as it helps you understand and reflect on why you're going through things. Sometimes, like I said, even though we're going on that bumpy road, it's really meant to help us grow to a stronger person, to be able to whenever we get to that next bumpy road, say, fuck it, I got this, I can do this, I'm prepared, I went through this once already, so now I can do it again. And that's what you have to be grateful for, is that you've already experienced it, so now you know how to get through it on the second round. But I feel strongly that this struggling to open up pertains to being surrounded by someone or some people that are like, they're fake and you know it, and they're people that you trusted, you've confided in before. And that's, I feel, why you have your emotions so pent up now, is because you confided in them and they just kind of brushed you off, or were like, yo, that's bullshit, you know, shit like that. They didn't really like give you advice. They didn't really help you. And, you know, we don't expect people to give it advice, but if somebody considers you their friend and they consider you their friend, I feel like we just naturally care for our friends and want to give them some advice or give them some bit of information to help them get through what they're going through. And if people just shit on you when you're trying to get help, then like they shouldn't be in your life, because like that's just shitty. Like I confided in you. I told you how I felt, and you just basically made me feel like shit for feeling like that. And people shouldn't make you feel like that, like, ever. So those were my notes and my channelings. So let's go ahead, and I gotta like find a better sitting position because my legs up like this are not it. Okay, so starting off, I wanted to get some numbers to start the reading off. So I have here a little deck of playing cards. Excuse me. And I'm going to go ahead and just channel a couple numbers. We'll see how many Spirit wants to give you. Could be more than 2, but we shall see. I read playing cards almost like a deck of tarot cards. Very commonly, I associate the numbers and the suits to the tarot deck. So I might get some extra messages channeled through if they want to give me more than just the numbers. So we'll start off with the numerology and see where that takes us. This little deck, I do, whenever I use my playing card decks, I have like 3 different decks. So I do like to keep a sort of use the theme of the deck during my reading. And I have 2 plain ones and then this mermaid one. So this mermaid one is going to be, did my like laptop move? Because like there's a whole glare thing that just started going on over here and I'm kind of confused about it. Okay, that's weird. Is there something on the lens? One second. I just want to, what is that? Ooh, I'm so confused. Okay. Interesting. That was weird because like either my candles just got really bright or something, because that was weird. So this being my mermaid deck, I feel like it's pertaining closely to emotions. I heard the word siren. So somebody could be dealing with a siren potentially. And so you know what a siren is. Well, if you don't know what a siren is, I'm going to tell you what a siren is. A siren is a creature that leads basically crew ships to their death. They're very beautiful and they sing very beautifully. Well, they appear very beautiful, but as soon as you get close enough and become their prey, they reveal their true ugly face. So, like I said about the fakeness, surrounded by fake people, you could have somebody who's pretending that like they love you, pretending that they're there for you and all of this, and it's just because they want something from you. They're benefiting from you going to destruction, basically. So keep that in mind, but don't hold on to it. You know what I mean? Like, if it resonates, analyze who it could be and then let go of it. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure you know who this person is, though. I feel like there's somebody that you have constantly given a chance and they just keep bullshitting you, basically. I feel like you're over it. You're like, I'm done. You're a fucking cat. When I say that, like catty behavior, you know. So let's see what these numbers are for you. Spirit, what numbers does the... Gave me the whole deck. What numbers do we have here for the collective? What numbers here do we have for the collective? What numbers do we have here for the collective, Spirit? So we got some good numbers here. Oh, I'm liking that. So we have, that looked like 8. Oh, okay, interesting. So this is an interesting duo having this. We have 11. We have 2. So that's 2 twice. But once again, 11 is a master number. So I feel like that's just basically stating your intuition. You know what you need to do, I feel. But with the 2 here, I feel like you're kind of blocked off. You're almost scared to make a decision. You're not sure how you want to move forward with the information that you know, because you more or less, I feel like you don't want to rush to conclusions, but you know there's something here that you need to walk away from. You know that it's for your highest good, it's for their highest good, whether they're a grimy piece of cow shit, man, if it's good for you, it's most likely going to be good for them, because sometimes people put themselves in very destructive situations without even realizing it until it's too late. You know what I mean? The damage has already been done. That's just karma. She said this has to happen. You guys need to experience this. So here it is. And I feel like that's kind of what this situation was. It was a karmic situation. But our numbers are 11, 2, 6, and 8. So with this, starting with 11 and ending on 8, I feel like you're really coming to a conclusion. You are ending out a cycle. I feel like you're doing it, I wouldn't say at a quick pace, but you are actively taking the action steps to close out this cycle, because you've made the decision that you're done here. You're done putting your energy and time into this, as it's no longer really, I want to say, benefiting you. And that sounds like almost selfish, but at the same time, we need to be selfish in some situations, because if we're just going out there and we're spending our time and our life on things that are consistently benefiting other people but making us feel like shit, like, we're overexerting our energy where it doesn't need to be overexerted. So it's always good to have something that you're selfish with, especially your personal time and energy. Like, that is your priority. You need to take care of it. You need to love yourself. You need to love your energy. You need to love what you're doing in life before you even try to put yourself in situations, friendships, jobs, relationships, like love relationships. Before you put yourself in any of these situations, you need to respect your own energy. So that way, when you go into these situations, you're respected there as well. So we're going to go ahead and pull some oracles to start off this reading. Let's see what Spirit has for the collective. Collective energy is Spirit. I feel like I should just get one card in this deck. Ooh, I thought that one was going to hop right on out at us. One card, please, Spirit, for the collective. Oh, okay. Okay, we're going to use this as the bottom of the deck card, because this makes sense to me with the energies. So we have here fairies, earth magic. Okay, so I'm going to just pre-note, it's not even a disclaimer, but I'm going to pre-note right now, like, I am pregnant, so if I, like, randomly get up and go and disappear, it's because I have to go to the restroom, and if you've ever been pregnant, you know there's no way to just hold it and withstand it, so just letting you guys know, I might do that in a second. So we have fairies, earth magic. So this to me feels very healing. I feel like you may be focusing on your grounding, on connecting to the earth. Connecting to the earth can really help you connect to yourself and connect to your truth, your inner being and your inner power. Because when we're in a grounded state, we can our crown chakra and our heart chakra, they almost work in tandem. They kind of just energetically pull and roll with each other very nicely, very smoothly. So I feel like this also is pertaining to you on a level of opening up and respecting yourself and what you're capable of. I feel like you are a healer of some sort, and I was feeling this in my channeling, but it was right at the end, so I knew that it was going to come through the cards, and I wanted the cards to confirm this energy before I put it into the notes. But here it is. You're a light worker of some sort. Your purpose is to heal and bring a gentle, grounding sense of emotion to people. You may be a fairy being of some sort. I can't tell from this what it would be necessarily, but you have a lot to offer on a healing level for people on the earth. With Milky Way perspective as the overall energy of this, I feel like maybe you're realizing this for yourself. This gives me like light at the end of the tunnel vibes. Let me see if I can get it without a glare. There we go. That's decent. But yes, this gives me light at the end of the tunnel vibes. So I feel like, are sort of almost being drawn to this energy, being drawn to be this person, to do this kind of work. And it's taking a lot of you changing how you look at yourself and look at the world to be able to actually accept this as who you are. Because I feel like maybe, and this is me channeling the energy of what I feel, and I feel like you may be somebody who in the past was kind of maybe a little mean sometimes, and so now that you're being offered this purpose where you're nice and considerate of other people, and you're healing other people, you're just kind of like, what? Like, why would I do something like that? Why would I? And you're not saying, why would I do something like that? Like, oh, I'd never do that. You're saying it like, why would I be offered the chance to heal people? And the reason for that is exactly because you were a mean person. Because we often are mean because people were mean to us, and that was our natural defense mechanism to protect ourselves. And so we're naturally very gentle people, but because we had to have such a hard shell, we seem like angry, mean, just straight up dicks, you know what I mean? And now the universe is saying, you don't have to do that no more. You can drop that cold shell that you've had to build and protect yourself with. And that strongly really applies to all empaths and light workers, because from a young age, they're put through a lot of strenuous situations to test their strength and their capability to become a light worker. And a lot of the time, you'll go through a lot of traumatic events as a child that cause you to once again build up this wall and just make yourself seem like you're not full of these emotions that are always there with you. You always feel how other people are feeling. You always feel how you're feeling so deeply. And that's why you're able to be a healer, is because you feel things on such a deep level. Whether you block them off or not. And that this message also really goes back to the notes about having your emotions being pent up. You really are coming to a point in your life where you're no longer trying to do that. And you're trying to learn how to open up. So I feel like you focusing on that and opening your walls back up is going to help you also step into your power. Throat chakra is going off like a bitch. So just committing and really speaking your truth is what's allowing you to heal and connect to yourself and the earth and your purpose here on earth. You just touched my life. Run that shit, run it back. I feel like maybe in the past you may have had that connection to yourself where you could like just know right off the bat like what you need to do for yourself and for others around you. But as you grew older, it just kind of became non-existent within you. And my song said, you just dropped in my lap. And I feel like, to me, this is representative of your higher self just coming back to you and you being able to connect to it again. And the universe is calling you to connect to that and allow it to be a guide for you. Let's go ahead and see what messages Spirit has from the moon. What moon messages do we have for the collective, Spirit? What messages do we have from the moon for the collective? We have here meditate and contemplate. Okay, we have new moon in Pisces. So I actually have this handy dandy book over here that's about the moon. So let's go ahead and see what new moon in Pisces is about, guys. I think Pisces is at the beginning. Nope, there she is. I just want to note that I said there she is for that Pisces new moon energy. So keep that in mind. I know there's a little message here about the new moon and stuff. All right, so I think I'm going to read the first two paragraphs of this. We're going to read the first two and the bottom one. Okay. Pisces moon days are dreamy and emotional. You may feel quite creative, but your imagination can also run away with you. Getting lost in fantasies can be fun, like watching a stirring movie, but try to keep your feet on the ground when it comes to important decisions, such as making big purchases or choosing a new partner. You'll be feeling extra sensitive on these days, so if your feelings get hurt, try not to stifle them. If you push the pain aside, it's apt to fester and erupt in self-blame or lashing out at others. This can also happen if you're having very pent-up emotions, like I was saying. Your psychic powers are heightened now, especially if you have moon in Pisces. Pay attention to your dreams and any intuitive promptings. If you have a hunch about someone, it's probably accurate. This is all resonating so much with what I was saying. So basically about your higher self falling into your lap and connecting and all of that, you are really connecting to that, and it's a new feeling for you. So with the meditate and contemplate, it's really asking you to sit down and connect to why your intuition is suddenly so heightened. Connect to why you're not able to open up on an emotional level. So that way you can find an answer and solution to then being able to open up and let others in. Pisces rules joyful feelings such as happiness and unconditional love, so it may be easier than usual to embrace pleasure, forgive others, or open your heart to those you care for. So there's that confirmation right there. Open your heart to those you care for. It's an excellent time to meditate, take time out, and purify yourself. Allow yourself to be cleansed of negativity. Beware of defeatist attitudes and do your best to accept others as they are. So just as you want to be accepted, accept yourself and accept others as they are. As we are not built the same, we are all different. We all have different paths. Whether we all claim to be light workers, we're all still on a different path of how we light the world up. Interesting. This note is like very interesting, and I just want to share it because it also like made me have a little ping of interest. So if your cat won't stop harassing you for food, take a look at your own eating habits. So that one I feel is very important because it just had that like ping effect. Like, this is important. This has a message. So there's that. Yeah, pay attention to deep feelings seeking an outlet. There it is, right there. pay attention to your feelings, pay attention to your emotions that have been deep within you for such a long time, and try to figure out why it's so hard for you to let them out, why it's so hard for you to admit to them or accept them as they are. Whenever you're using this new moon Pisces energy, which it is being sent to you right now. The universe is sending this energy to you right now. Whenever you are doing this, allow yourself to really, really feel everything that comes up. Don't block something off because it scares you or because you're tired of feeling like that, because you're going to continue to feel like it if you neglect it. It's just like, this might be like a little inappropriate. So PG-18, well, PG-18, what the fuck? Rated 18 content. Anyways, so this is the best way I can think of explaining it. But say that you want to like abstinate from like sex or anything like that. And so you're like, okay, I'm going to do it for a month solid. And then maybe I'll do something. I'll go find somebody, or, you know, I'll do it myself. So you choose to abstinate from sex or say weed or something like that. So you do this, and at the end of that month, even though you said you would give yourself that release, now you're like, maybe I'll just do it another month. And yes, doing it another month will also help the growth that you're trying to appear. But at the same time, you've already told yourself and prepared yourself on a mental level that at the end of that period, you would gift yourself that release. And so it's basically like, allow yourself that release. Don't tell yourself you're going to do it and then boom, you're like, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to switch up on myself and not allow myself to have that same thing that I told myself I could have. That's literally self-neglect. And the universe does no longer want you to neglect yourself on an emotional, mental, physical, or spiritual level. You need to be grounded on all four of these levels. These are the four pillars that build up who you are as an individual. On the bottom of the deck, it says your commitment is being tested. So when I see this, I don't think of like a relationship. I think of your commitment to life itself, your commitment to what you're trying to establish, to what you're trying to do, what you're trying to create. Possibly you may be an entrepreneur and you may have some sort of business that you're trying to create. Do not give up now. Keep going. Whoever is telling you, because I feel the vibe so hard that there's somebody in your life that is constantly breaking you the fuck down, and this person like needs to go. Like, I'm getting a headache. Like my head hurts. Like, their ego is off the fucking charts. Like, they are constantly breaking you down in ways that it's very subtle. It's not like they're literally saying, oh, your business is gonna fail, or oh, you can't succeed at that. No, they're like doing it like micro little comments that, like, it's not like you initially think, oh, this person has like bad intentions towards me. It's like, it's a constant little buildup of these little comments where you're like, wait a second, is this genuine support, or is this genuine constructive criticism, or are you just straight up being a dick? And like, so like what these micro comments could be is something like, oh, are you sure you want to do that? Or things like, oh, well, I've seen it done this way, or oh, I mean, and it's like they're trying to write it off as constructive criticism, but they're literally breaking down everything that you're doing, and not like they're breaking it down in details. No, they are breaking it down to dirt and dust, and they're stumping all over it, and they're saying you ain't good, you know, without actually saying you ain't good. You know what I mean? And so my advice to that is, anytime somebody says little comments like that and they kind of sit at the back of your mind and you're like, what if I'm not good enough? Stop. You're good enough. Whatever you're trying to create is fucking amazing. And keeping to your individuality, and every time they're like, oh, well, I've seen somebody do it this way. Well, guess what? Nobody's ever seen it done your way. So do it your way, because somebody out there needs it done your way. It's like whenever you're watching gamers play a game, and it's like you get frustrated with how one gamer plays, so you go watch a different gamer because you like their game style. That is it right there. There are so many different ways to do things, and we have to remember that as we're going through life. We can't always do everything exactly like the last person. There aren't two Kanyes in the world. I mean, I'm sure we're all glad there ain't two Kanyes in the world. Fuck. But there ain't two Beyoncés. How about that? There ain't two Beyoncés in the world, and there never could be two Beyoncés in the world. That bitch got up on stage and danced while she was having twins. I couldn't even imagine doing that while having one child. Thank you very much. She is a queen. Okay, moving on. So basically, that goes to show, whatever you are doing, whatever you are trying to commit to, keep doing it. If you're trying to commit to your growth, commit to that. Don't let other people shame you for trying to focus on yourself. Don't let people make you feel bad because you need to focus on your mental health, and allow yourself to feel like you're there for yourself without feeling like you always have to give your energy to other people. Be committed to what you want to commit to, not what others want you to commit to. Let's get a little soul guidance with soul transmissions. Light transmissions of your soul. My bad. That's what this deck is called. I didn't say what the other decks were called, but honestly, at this point, I don't keep my decks in their boxes, and I don't remember their names. So we just kind of go with the flow, and if people ask me what they are, I'll tell them. But people don't ask me what decks I use, so I just go with the flow. The universe takes it. He's like, well, they're like, she's like, he's like, they're like. Let's see what we got. Remembrance tried to come out, but I was not ready for a message. So maybe there's something you need to remember. Maybe there's something as a child that you used to do that really inspired you to become who you are today. Allow it to inspire you more. Try to remember what that was that gave you such a positive light in your life. Let's see what the collective message is from their soul. Collective, well, I guess if we're saying the collective message from the soul, let's say from source. What's the collective message from source? Collective message from source. Let's see. One card, please, Spirit. Thank you. We have Soulcraft. What was I just saying, guys? I love confirmation so much. I feel like it had to do with something that was very gentle. We have Divine Feminine on the bottom of the deck. So it had to do with something that was very, very accepting of people on an emotional level. Maybe something like being a nurse, or maybe you wanted to be a mom, or a dad, either or. I don't, we like to keep it spread open here. And to me, just a feminine energy is being somebody who's very empathic, compassionate. You're somebody who's open to creating a life that is very comfortable for everyone that's involved. I feel like we have here 4 and 1, so this is definitely a start on stability. Whatever it was as a kid that you had so much joy doing, try to step back into that energy, step back into a childlike energy, and step back into that energy and see what about it that really calls you to continue to create what you're creating now. I feel like it's going to really benefit what you're trying to do now. Whatever you were doing as a kid, I'm going to give you guys a minute to just meditate and go into that energy, and I'm going to the restroom real quick. So I'll be right back. Go ahead and try to figure out what it is as a kid that really called you and really made you happy, full of joy, full of just satisfaction with what you're doing in life. Oof. All right. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. My towel fell off my door, and I, like, almost had 5 different aneurysms. It was so scary. I was so scared. Oh, my God. Okay. I'm going to burn a little sage because I left the door open. I should have closed it all the way when I left. So I'm just going to sage a little bit again, make sure no negativity came up in here, trying to take away our healing vibes. You know what I mean? We can't have none of that. Let's go. Make sure nothing attached to me. I doubt anything did. My whole entire house is always saged and Palo Santo'd, so I'm pretty sure we Gucci. I just like to make sure. You never know. Them negative spirits are sneaky little slimy creatures. They'll come up in any crack that they find. So, yeah, take a moment to really connect to your inner child, to what it is that you're trying to create. I'm sure that you never have enough time to honestly ground and connect to this. So always keep in mind that you're always going to find something else out about when you were a child that really impacted you as an adult now. Just need to make room for one more card. I'm having a hard time choosing, but I think I want this one. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and do the Mermaid Oracle to confirm our mermaid numbers. One card, please, Spirit, for the collective. One card, please, for the collective. I'm saying one card, but then I'm flipping over the bottom of the deck. So technically it's 2, but, you know, we out here. It's different kinds of energy. Yes, honey. London. Yeah. Open the door.
So
I'm doing something right now, but oh, she shut the door too fast for me to let her know. But I didn't want to ignore her. Hey, Layla. Hey. Okay, well, my door's gonna stay open now. That's life. So here, contumacy? Ooh, this is nice. Ooh, I like this. Interesting. Maybe, okay, so let me start off. I need to get regrounded. That whole door thing just threw me off for a second. Okay. I'm going to take another second because that was a quick okay. So the card that came out here, we have freedom, independence, self-determination. So I feel like maybe at the moment, you may feel like you need to rely on people a lot. And I don't think it's because you want to rely on them. I feel like your spirit has just put you in a situation where you are relying on people. And I feel like it's because you're someone who doesn't like to ask for help. And spirit is basically saying, learn how to ask for help. You are put in this situation because these people are here to help you. Now you need to let them help you. And let me tell you, honey, when spirit does that, I want to throw hands because I feel you. I absolutely positively do not like asking for help. But I will say this, asking for help is probably the number one way to get to where you're trying to get to, because sometimes we really can't do things on our own. You being here watching this video right now is you asking for help. You are looking for guidance. You are looking for a way to get through what you're going through. So spirit is saying, though, you need to go to the people that are around you, the people that are supporting you, the people who are trying to be there for you on a physical level. This is a 5D energetic level that spirit is guiding you and helping you through what you're going through. Now spirit is saying you need to do it on a 3D level. There are people around you who genuinely want to help you get to where you're trying to get to, but now you need to unblock that throat chakra and say, hey, it's actually hard for me right now. I'm really struggling. I really need your help. And if you wouldn't mind, I would really appreciate it. And that's all Spirit wants you to do. So you may be in this situation where you feel like you don't have freedom because you're surrounded by all these people and you don't feel like you can do exactly what you want to do. But I feel like you can. It's just a matter of you allowing yourself to. You're almost blocking yourself in a way from making this progression. So I feel like you need to continue to focus. This is also like really like making me go back to your commitment is being tested with the self-determination. I feel like you need to really recommit to your determination. You recommit to what it is that, like, once again, this also goes back to the Soulcraft card. Recommit to what it is that makes you feel like you're free, that makes you feel independent. I'm feeling, going back with the earth magic, the bottom of the deck for the mermaid deck was conchomancy. So this is called it's seashell divination. It's wisdom of shells. So that's really freaking cool. I was like, what the fuck is this word? Like, what? But whenever I read the little word underneath, it makes sense now. But I feel like maybe you're somebody who's into divination, especially with the earth magic, fairies, and how I was talking about doing light working and healing. I feel like that's a way that you can guide people, is by doing some seashell divination or some sort of divination where you, like, at the beginning of this, I was debating taking a handful of my little crystals that I got here and just doing this. And so I keep getting a clearer crystal. This is a smoky quartz, I do believe. Right here. It's a smoky quartz. I keep getting this in the, what I like to call the Chiron placement. So it's not necessarily like talking about Chiron, but it's talking about your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, your 8th chakra, the star chakra, the one that's supposed to be above your head that connects you to source. So I feel like with it being a smoky quartz, which is a clear quartz and an amethyst, I feel like you are very intelligent on a soul level. It's very hard for you, though, to connect to it. Your root chakra is actually pretty clear. And I feel like so is your heart and solar plexus. They're very connected. But I feel like there's a need to balance out your inner self-love. And this is just an example of what the shell divination would be, basically. I just did it with some crystals here. I'm going to put those back because I'm not really good at that. I'm not really the best at that. That right there was the best that I could do, to be honest. But I feel like they're maybe saying tap into some sort of divination, even if it's not the seashell divination. There's something also really relating to like a beach. I feel like you need to get some beach vibes. Go to the beach, or if you don't have a beach, go to a body of water. Go somewhere that has very healing, nurturing vibes that make you feel comfortable. So keep that in mind. I feel like if you're surrounded, this is just randomly coming to me. If you're surrounded by people who think that magic and divination and all of this stuff is stupid, and they make you feel bad for either watching it, being interested in wanting to do it, or having friends that do it, like, you need to just don't let them make you feel insecure. You need to let them know that it is your own personal choice to be into that. It is not their choice to tell you whether it's good or not, or if it's the devil's working, because I swear, every time that I tell one of my Christian family members that I do tarot, they're like, oh, well, didn't you know that the Bible says that tarot is bad? And I'm like, look, The only reason tarot is bad is because it tells you the fucking truth. Is because it's not like, oh, honey, let me brush your hair and make you feel better. No, it's like, honey, let me pull them knots out. You know what I mean? So, sorry, I had to rant a little bit because we don't like people hating on the magic. We don't like people hating on the divination because these are ways that genuinely help people get through shit that they don't know how to get through. You know, sometimes we really do need a little extra help from spirit. Sometimes it's okay to ask for guidance, and not every single book that we have that's already been made can actually help us. Sometimes we need to make our own book. You know what I mean? So if somebody's hating on you, just let them know, like, okay, that's your own personal feeling. I'm still gonna do it. Like, just because you feel like that, it ain't gonna make me stop. And I feel like that's where you're kind of having that blockage and that struggle, is telling them, like, yo, your opinion don't matter. Like, let them know that this is your life. I think that's something that you struggle with the most, especially with that throat chakra blockage. This is your life. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. You can. Okay, so I almost just straight up said this without like any disclaimer or any side note. Okay. Keep in mind when I say this, I don't actually mean worship Satan. What I Satanism is actually one of the possibly like best things to be in, because these people have the best values of humanity that I've ever seen in my entire life. There's no actual killing or sacrificing or killing of babies or virgins or all of that craziness. It's actually about you understanding and respecting humans as they are, you know? And so just I cannot believe. Oh my god. I need to stop. Okay, I just like got on a whole nother level of fuckery, and I just need to like take 5 steps back for a second, because I was literally just about to tell everybody, go commit to Satanism. But don't do that. Only do it if you're like genuinely interested and you think that it's something that applies to your values as a human being. Because genuinely, when I read this like blog post about it, I was like, that's actually pretty dope. They're actually committed to human beings, and nothing about what they do is actually violent or aggressive or involves blood. So like, I don't see why people would have a problem with them, besides the fact that, you know, Satan is the bad guy in the Bible. You know what I mean? So anyways, that goes to say, do whatever the fuck you want in life, and don't let anybody choose what you do in life, because that's you, honey. You do all the choosing. You are the chooser of your life. You're the one that makes the change. You know, nobody can make the change for you. You got to take the action steps to do that, honey. So let's go ahead and do some tarot. We got done with the oracle. We're an hour and 4 minutes in. So let's go ahead and hop into that tarot. I think my earbuds are about to die. They keep beeping at me, and I don't like that. Yeah, they're on 10%. I'm really sad. Okay, well, I'm going to turn my music off. So this gives me the vibe that me turning my earbuds off and needing to charge them, I get the vibe that y'all need to listen. And when I say y'all need to listen, you need some silence. You need to just go into a place where you can hear and feel everything. Maybe you're sitting outside and you're just listening to nature. That's the natural music you need in your life. You hear the birds singing, you hear the bees buzzing, which it's fall now, so you'll hear the cicadas singing and the trees are blowing, and maybe off in the distance there's some rain. And this rain is like, it's the emotional release that is about to overcome you and make you feel like you are just blessed. And I don't know where that little story image came from, but it came, and the universe said you need it. So there that is. So I'm just going to take a second to put some lotion on and also ground myself. I'm very grounded, but I need to breathe for a second. I feel like I've been talking nonstop and I couldn't really hear myself, so I feel like I'm really talking a lot. So let's just take another minute to meditate, reground ourselves. We are about to transition into the tarot. We're about to transition into the hard stuff, the truth, universe saying, let's get it, bitches. So my heart chakra is going off, and the energy is kind of pulsating to my third eye chakra. So I feel like there is some need for healing in your heart chakra, as well as your third eye may be very clogged. I feel like it's due to your diet. So maybe if you drink a lot of milk, maybe cut down on how much milk you drink if you're not trying to fully cut it out of your diet. A good alternative is almond milk. Yeah, I feel like you're trying to understand yourself on a soul level. You want to love yourself more and accept yourself for who you are. The best thing to do for that is, like I said, there's a little change to your diet that's needed. And trust me, I know that shit's a struggle. I literally like last year, I drank basically nothing but almond milk. I live with my grandma and she drank almond milk, so it was very easy for me to just switch to almond milk. Didn't have to worry about buying two different kinds of milk or anything like that. My biggest thing is cheese. I can't give up cheese. It just makes me sad. I can't do it. So, but I've cut out milk. But then when I moved back to live with my mom, I just went straight back to the milk. I at first was buying almond milk and drinking it, but it was just getting like really expensive for me at the time. I didn't have a lot of money, so I just went back to milk. It was cheaper, I could afford it. And as soon as I did that, my third eye chakra closed, my acne came back, and it was just really devastating for me because I got into such a heightened space spiritually, and it was like I was just dropping back down to base level. So the diet is very important whenever you are a spiritual person, and it takes you taking 2 steps back to actually realize that it's something that's really helping you, whether you see it that way or not. Which you won't really ever see something as helping you unless you go back to what wasn't helping you. And so that's why I shared that story, is because I went back to the milk and it just literally, it was not good for my body. Like my whole system, my insides were like, ew, what are you doing? Why are you drinking this slime? And it made me sad because I really like milk. So, but the almond milk really isn't too bad. It's really good in hot chocolate, and if you don't put a lot of it in your cereal, it's really actually kind of nice. I do suggest the vanilla unsweetened. If you get the almond milk sweetened, it doesn't really taste too good. But just cut it out slowly. You don't need to just be like, okay, and throw the milk out. You can just take it if you want. If you want to still drink it, just cut it down to maybe a glass a day or a bowl a day with the milk. And that will really help with your third eye chakra. I feel like also you ignore your intuition a lot, like how you're feeling, like how you're genuinely feeling. You're like, nah, that's not how I'm feeling. You know what I mean? And you kind of neglect yourself. So I feel like there's a need to really step back into your power, step back into yourself, accepting what it is that you're capable of. I feel like maybe as a kid, you maybe heard spirits a lot, or you saw them. And as you grew up, after telling people this, you slowly just stopped believing that you could. And that blocked your third eye chakra, as well as causing a little pain to your heart because, people were telling you, oh, that's stupid. You can't see ghosts. But you can. And I feel like you kind of want to do that again. You thought it was cool. You thought it was really cool that you could see and hear ghosts. So you want to connect back to that. There's really a need to just accept your intuition. That's the first step. As soon as you start to accept your intuition, your clairvoyance will step right back in, and you'll hear the spirit. Like sometimes I'm literally will be sitting here and I'll get like a full on paragraph in my ear and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like I'm just sitting here minding my business. But that comes from that clairvoyance of accepting my gift, accepting what I'm capable of. Sorry, that took a minute, but I was just channeling stuff. That's just stuff that just like came to me. And I was also doing this little quantum field energy thing to kind of read the energy of the collective. And this really cool thing. I actually have an Instagrammer. I will plug it in. If you go to Azure's Guiding Light on Facebook, it's a group. It's called Azure's Guiding Light. If you go there, I will actually be probably sharing my notes on there, as well as a little short explanation of this reading. And I will also put on there the Instagram handle of what I'm talking about. But she's an energetic healer. She does chakra healing and stuff like that. And she does this really cool hand thing with her quantum field where she's healing it and like moving the energy around. And so I really want to share that with you. I feel like it'll help you a lot with healing your heart, throat, and third eye chakra. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and join that group. There are a couple questions on there. Just go ahead and answer those and I will accept you into the group and we'll go from there. But yes, this quantum field healing, you basically just take your hands and you move them in a circular motion like this. And she explains it way better and does it way better than I'm doing. But that's also because I just started doing it. But it's almost like you're pushing the energy in and out, right? And you just go on your body and your hands will naturally gravitate to the place that needs it the most. So your hands are doing all the work. You're just letting the energy flow, letting the universe take control and just heal you as you need it. So I'm feeling grounded again. Let's go ahead and hop into this reading. I'm feeling the Circle of Life tarot today. But who knows? I might pick up like 4 other tarot decks because that's what I do. I just love using like all of my decks. But that's also why I really love doing live sessions, is because then I can sit there and do all of my decks in one reading, and like it gives me life. Because sometimes some of these decks I don't use for like months, and then it's like, oh, I think I'm gonna use that deck. Like I have one deck over here that literally hasn't been touched in a month, but it's because I'm just not feeling it, you know? Sometimes you just gotta feel it. So let's see, what messages does Spirit have for the collective? What messages, Spirit, do you have for the collective? Please, please, please. Just shuffle a little bit before we try to just shoot out messages at them. What messages do you have for the collective? Let's get a couple more cards, please, Spirit. A couple more cards. Thank you. Very accurate on a couple. So, I'm going to move this out of my way. Let's go ahead and make some space over here. I'm going to keep these oracle decks upside down just so I have that energy there. So on the bottom of the Circle of Life tarot, we have here the 7 of Swords. So to me, this feels like you are very, you're focused on your forward movement, right? Oh, I want to make sure this isn't glaring. Okay, so, you're focused on your forward movement. And when I say this, I mean you're the bird. And like I was saying about how there's somebody that keeps like coming at you and what you're trying to do. They're still on their bullshit and they're trying to cause conflict. And I don't feel like they're intentionally trying to cause conflict, but at the same time, I feel like they're aware of what their little comments are doing. Like, so it could be intentional, but I feel like this person is conflicted. They may be jealous of what you're doing and they're not able to just tell you. So instead, they're like coming at you. I'm sorry, my nose is like extremely clogged right now. But they're really they don't know how to support you. They feel almost attacked by what you're doing. They feel like maybe they wanted to do something like that, but you got to it first or something. And instead of telling you, they're just kind of being a jerk about it. I don't know. This is a weird energy. Yeah, okay, so it's interesting. The cycle is closing out, like I said at the beginning with our numbers. The cycle is closing out. You're walking away from this energy, but there is somebody who just keeps looking at what you're doing and they're like, "Well, why can't I do that? You know, why am I not successful when I try to do something like that?" And it's straight up because they're just very jealous of what you're capable of. It's like you're able to do it with ease. You see how over here on this side, she's not touching the fire and she's just making it like bigger. And over here, she's holding the fire, but she's unable to make it bigger. It's like she consistently puts this energy and effort into creating it. She, he, they, there's no specific gender. I'm just seeing the female figure, so I'm saying she. And then there's you who's literally just sitting there. And I feel like you're more or less letting what you're doing warm you up. You're letting it inspire you. So it's a genuine passion, you know? And this person, they want to do what you're doing, but I don't feel like they're genuinely passionate about it. And so they're almost upset with you for being passionate about this. But you're aware of this person. I feel like you're with the Knight of Swords. You're really done. Oh, my nose will not stop. Snobby? Snobby? Is that it? Because like, woo. Interesting. So my nose has been doing this weird thing recently where it gets clogged up if I'm aware or know something. And so basically this person's like they're a snob. They're a bit of a snob. And they're somebody who walks with their head higher than it is, and they're like, yeah, like they're the type of person that like, yes, they're beautiful, yes, they're amazing, but like they're insecure and like they have to like state that they're the queen, that they're amazing, that they're beautiful. And it's like, it's good to compliment yourself and let people know that you're confident, but when you're doing it like on a daily basis and like every other hour you're like, I'm the best, then you're kind of overstepping a line. And it's kind of like, are you okay inside? Like, do you need somebody to reassure you that you're amazing? Because it just, they give you that vibe, like, and vibes don't lie, energy don't lie, that they don't really know who they are. And so they see you doing this and they're like, man, I want to do that, but they feel like they can't because you're already doing it. And that also goes back to what I was saying earlier about how what you create is what you create. Nobody can do it the same as you. People can be inspired by what you're doing, but that does not mean that they should create an identical copy because they're not going to succeed, you know? So remember that. but the cycle is closing out with this person. I feel like there's something that's going to happen that's going to bring balance to it. I feel like it could be pertaining to you accepting your emotions and dropping your walls, but it's going to come with a little turmoil with the Nine of Swords. You're going to go through a little bit of a challenge, or you're already going through this challenge, so it's coming to an end soon. But you're going to go through a little bit of a struggle to get to that balance, get to closing out this cycle. And it's because this person is like persistent, kind of. They're kind of I feel like you want to move forward, but they're consistently pulling you back, like, hey, how are you doing this? Like, what can I do to be like you? Or what can I do to heal or do what you're doing? I feel like this person genuinely needs some guidance. They need some guidance, but they don't know how to ask for it. They'd just rather be aggressive before asking for advice. Whoo, we love aggressive people. No, I'm just kidding. That was sarcasm. Universe, don't listen to me. We're not manifesting aggressive people. I can't even say it. We manifesting supportive people, people who aren't afraid to ask for advice, people who need healing. And when I say people who need healing, I mean whenever your business is successful and it gets to that point where you're ready to accept clients, that's what I mean by you're drawing in people who need healing. Because sometimes it's not good to draw in people who need healing. Sometimes that can be really toxic to you and them. I feel like maybe that's what you do at the moment, though. You draw in a lot of people who just they need a lot of healing, and they love your light so much that they're just drawn to you. And it's like you naturally, as a healer, want to heal them. You want to be like, I got you, you know, but they don't really got you. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, you're working on something here. We have the Fool card. It's pertaining to some sort of... What is up at the bottom of this card? It's so weird. Okay. Moving on. You got the Fool, and you notice his bag is full of all of these... Let me make sure there's no glare. His bag is full of all of these crafts and all types of stuffs, and he's holding a butterfly on his finger. So to me, being here underneath the wheel is really saying... Actually, I think that's the World card. Yeah, that's the World card. Being under... Whoa! Okay. Yeah. So I really love that. After I made that realization, it just hit me all at once. So you're ending that cycle, and you're basically blooming into this butterfly, and you're getting this opportunity to start off where you want to. You see the heart on his case. You're doing what you want to do, you know? This is all under Soulcraft. You're doing something that really brings you joy. We got the Six of Cups. Yeah. What? It brings you so much joy to have this craft. You have all these cups and they're all full, and it's no balancing act. You're just enjoying it. You're accepting it as it is, and you're saying, heck yeah, this is what I'm capable of. This is what I created, and I'm grateful that I could create something like this. We have the Five of Swords and the Chariot underneath the Nine of Swords. Interesting. Third card that fell with that was the Eight of Swords. Ooh. So there's some sort of inner conflict here. I feel like, once again, you're moving away from this, but this inner conflict pertains to a relationship with somebody. I feel like maybe it was once very supportive, and now you don't really get the sense of support from it anymore. And you're just kind of almost, because we have the Eight and then we have the Nine of Swords. You're almost going into a place where you're just stuck dwelling on this. You're like, why is this happening? Why doesn't this person give to me the way that I give to them? You give and give and give to this with the Five of Swords, but there's constantly some sort of inner turmoil within them or within you that causes a conflict. We have, but also another thing I want to notice is that maybe there's a negative energy that's trying to overcome you, but you're not letting it happen. All of these swords are you protecting yourself and saying, no, I don't want this in my life. I do not want this in my life. I will protect myself from everything that tries to make me go down. Especially with the chariot card coming after that. That's you saying like, nah, I'm good. I'm moving forward. I don't need this negativity in my life. I don't need people trying to cause me to cry in bed at night and make me feel like what I'm doing isn't important, because I feel like you really do have a hard time accepting yourself as a light worker, because it's something that I feel you may have never seen yourself able to do. Once again, like I said earlier, we have the Six of Swords here, though, so it's really pertaining to your ego, and you're sort of needing to put an end to it. The book to me here on this card is saying maybe you journal, or maybe you need to journal, and let go of the things that make you feel like you're not capable. We have the Ten of Swords on the bottom. So yes, we have a lot of swords here. There's a lot of inner mental turmoil that's causing the blockages of you trying to move forward. I just want to point out that we have 8, 9, and then there was that 10 of Swords. So you're closing out a cycle that's really pertaining to your ego and how you associate to things around you. You're letting go of things that and moving away from things that really cause neglect to, I wouldn't say self, but to what it is you're trying to create. We have here on the bottom of the deck the Knight of Wands. So the overall energy is you're saying, let's go. I am putting an end to all of this. You're very passionate about what you're trying to do in life at this point. You are literally at a point where you are like, there's no more. I can't handle these people trying to beat me down and make me feel bad for trying to create something that I enjoy, you know? You're literally not letting this person walk on you the way that they want to. And that's good. That's what you should be doing. Spirit, what are the messages? Spirit, what are the messages? So this is the last messages, and then I'm going to get some guidance for you. Spirit, what are the messages for the collective? Seven of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. I'm gonna go close my door because somebody's getting on and I can't handle it. What did I just tell you? Ooh, what fell? Oh, I blew out my candle. Sad life. That's okay. I think it needed to go out. We have the Seven of Swords again here, so that's really interesting. I'm gonna get a closer look at this real quick. Ooh, so once again, and also most of this is just being confirmation at this point. It's really confirming more than anything. But I like to get confirmation. I like to make sure that everything is solid and I'm not like getting some misdrubled messages. That was such a weird word, but it came out my mouth, man. Oh my god. Let's get a couple more cards. I just feel like I need some more cards. I'm going to take the top 2 from this. We're going to go ahead and get a couple more. 6 of Cups again. Ooh, we have 666, and they're all right next to each other. So there's a lot of forward movement. We have the Wheel of Fortune here. So there's definitely a lot of forward movement. You are moving past things, once again, that no longer serve you. You know, you're not growing from it. We just need one more card, please, Spirit. One more card. Thank you. The Four of Wands, and we're going to cut the deck. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. I just love this energy right now. Okay, so I'm feeling Sagittarian vibes. I haven't been feeling like any vibes so far throughout this, except for, the Pisces energy, but like it literally said Pisces on the card. So, that, but it didn't feel like an energy of somebody. It felt like a healing energy that was needed, but I'm feeling very strongly some Sagittarius vibes. And most of these cards here have two people in them from this bottom deck here that I used. But starting this reading off with the 7 is very interesting, with the 7 of Swords, because once again, that was our underlying energy over here. And I feel like this is actually giving us a little bit of a deeper intelling of this 7 of Swords. So I feel like it's almost, once again, this is confirming more of what I was saying. There's a little bit of self-sabotaging going on here. And I feel like you kind of aided in the attacks towards yourself. I feel like maybe you committed to something that really wasn't like allowing you to grow. But I feel like you're moving past that. You're trying to, once again, focus on that growth, that grounding, that new beginning. And you're really, you're really focused on finding the details out to make sure that as you're moving forward, you're fully letting the situation go. Because after that, like literally the energy is so positive. It's so forward moving. Like, I feel like you really do step into your childlike energy. You do step into what it is that you're trying to create and why you wanted to do it and what inspired you as a kid to do this now. With that Sagittarian energy, not only do I feel like that's potentially somebody that's coming in to help you along this soul journey and actually be committed to helping you for real and not just be somebody who's like, yeah, so I hear what you're saying, but I gotta go. You know what I mean? They're like actually here and they're actually listening. They're actually hearing you out and like you can do this for them. It's just a very strong connection where there's like mutual support and it's actually helping you grow as a person. With the 3 of Pentacles here, I feel very strongly, like I said, you're working on creating it very strongly. I think this is a hawk. No, it's just a little bluebird with a flower in its mouth. I just love that. That's even more gentle to me. That's just saying that you're taking a very gentle approach. You're not trying to rush anything. You're being very patient. That's confirmed by the 7 of Pentacles over here on the bottom. And we have the Chariot again underneath that. So you're really focusing on moving forward in a way that creates stability. You want to have this 4 of Wands. Whether that's with someone or it's just you by yourself, just trying to create stability, you're doing that and you're focused on that because you want to be able to feel your childlike nature all the time. You want to be able to go back to that genuine joy, to unconditional love, to what it is that really made you feel like you were at home and loved and feeling like what you're creating is being genuinely accepted. Because, like when you're a kid and you're making stuff and then you show your parent and they're like, oh, that's so cool. Like, bro, that makes you feel so good about yourself. Like, I loved making stuff as a kid. Like, I made this guitar once out of like yarn and a box of like Cheerios. And like, it was the coolest thing. I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever done in my entire life. And it was just a freaking box guitar. Like, I was so proud of myself. And then to hear my parent also say that they were proud of me, like, that just enlightened my life. That just gave me the motivation to keep moving, you know? And maybe they just said it half-assed and was like, they didn't really mean it. But like, as a kid, you don't give a fuck. That person said, oh my gosh, that's amazing. So it's freaking amazing, right? And it's just like, you want to be able to go back to feeling like that. You want to be able to create something and somebody's like, that's fucking amazing, man. And like, everybody deserves to hear that and experience that. So I feel like you're coming into that energy. You're allowing yourself to experience that. And that's why you're going to start to see it happen. Because most of the time, when we're self-sabotaging, when we're causing turmoil, when we're feeling turmoil, it's because we're causing it to ourselves. We're making that shit happen. We're manifesting it. We're like, man, nothing good could happen to me. Man, I won't be successful. When we're saying these things, when we're thinking these things, we're believing them, you know? We gotta say things like, oh, my business can succeed. It may take me a minute, but it's gonna fucking get there. I don't care. You know, it's like, I'm gonna make this, and maybe not everybody's gonna love it, but there are people out there who are gonna appreciate it for what it is, and it's gonna help them in the way that it's meant to. What is going on down here? And basically, it's just a matter of, once again, we had, perspective on the bottom of the Earth Magic deck. And to me, that's saying you need to change your perspective. You're looking at things that possibly in a very negative way, and that's why a lot of negativity is happening. You're literally thinking negative thoughts consistently, and now it's time for you to say, fuck it, you know, I feel good about this. I feel happy. I feel satisfied. I feel like I'm actually succeeding, because you are. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the World card. We have Six of Cups here, like twice. We have what else is here twice? There's another thing that was here twice that was like decently good. Oh, I don't think so. But we have the Fool card. We have the World and the Fool card. It's literally saying that whatever you're going through is ending because you're looking at everything from a whole nother perspective. Like, and they're coming from two different decks. So like, that's literally saying that you're looking at things from a whole nother perspective, you know? And that's interesting that I use these two decks together. Okay, so this is the Circle of Life Tarot. And this is the Santa Muerta deck. So this is the Day of the Dead. This is showcasing life through death, you know? And for things to happen, things have to end. Things have to change. Things have to go through a death. And that's very representative in this deck. Obviously, it's about Santa Muerta. But it's just very interesting that I would use the Circle of Life Tarot and then the Santa Muerta deck. And it's basically saying that ending is creating a new beginning. And I just love that energy, because right underneath that Fool card is that Four of Wands. So it's really talking about how bringing an end to that negative cycle that you've been stuck in is what's allowing you to have stability and see it within yourself and within your world. So that's a beautiful message. We're going to get some guidance and then we will be done here. So let's see what guidance Spirit has for the collective. What guidance does Spirit have for the collective? Spirit, what guidance do you have for the collective? Alrighty. So we got these bad boys, and on the bottom of the deck we have here, what is this madness? The Wheel of the Year. Okay. The Seven of Pentacles also said I need to make an appearance. So the Wheel of the Year, things are shifting. With the Seven of Pentacles popping out, have patience with this shift because it is coming. It is here. And there's nothing that anyone or anything can do to stop it. You know what I mean? And if they try to, Spirit's going to give them one heck of a whopping mean look and say, get the fuck out of here, because this person's blessed, and there's nothing that you can do to stop their blessings. Like, you've dealt your karma, you've done what you've had to do, you've closed out cycles that were no good for you. You're continuing to close out cycles that are no good for you, whether it's just the way that you're thinking about things, or you're literally cutting people off or cutting situations out of your life. You are actively making the decision to become better and do better. And to me, that's fucking amazing. So I'm just going to get one oracle card from this deck for the guidance. One card, please, Spirit. Stop giving me like 5. I'd appreciate it. One card, please, for guidance for the collective. All right. So we have the Maybon, Shining Hope Future. And I feel like that's actually that's a celebration. That's a part of the Will of the Year celebration. One of those magical times. Okay. I thought it was, but I am incorrect. Okay. So we have here number 10, ending. Like, bro, this is so awesome. The universe basically wants you to know that you're taking the action steps you need. And like, this is so crazy because this is what I've been getting in the collective consistently for the past, I want to say, month. So September was really a big time for people to finally release things that no longer serve them. Their thoughts, people, situations, jobs. Maybe they needed to like literally just clean their house out, people were doing this and they were closing these cycles out. And now October, as we go into harvest season, we're literally about to have a harvest full moon on the 31st. It's all about reaping what you sow. Everything that we've been manifesting is coming true, but we had to release that stuff. And I feel like this collective group has been actively releasing what needed to. And now they have a little bit more hope. They have a little bit more belief in the future that they're going towards. They see the light shining on it and they're like, this is beautiful. They're also seeing the beauty within themselves. Guidance is to accept who you are and don't be afraid of who you are, what you're capable of, what the universe sees that you're capable of. Because you're literally like a light angel. You're freaking beautiful. So we have the Lovers, 6 of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Emperor. So this leads back to that fiery energy that I was feeling, the Sagittarius. I also was feeling Aries, but I was feeling more Sag, but I think it's Aries energy that's coming through because that's a confirmation straight up for the Aries energy. So the Lovers, 6 of Wands, Page of Swords, the Emperor. Sorry, I had to re-say them to reground myself. I don't know why I got ungrounded there for a second. Something threw me off and I don't appreciate it. Okay, so I feel like the universe really wants you to know that whatever decision that you make on your journey, it's really going to be what you need to do. Whether you believe it's the wrong decision or the right decision. No decision that you make is wrong or right, because every decision that you make it's what's good for you. It's what's best for you. So if somebody else is like, oh, I wouldn't have chose that. Well, that's their life. Remember what I was saying earlier. This is your life. Nobody has say in it. We have this Page of Swords, and I feel like you're really focused on really planning out how you want to take your next action steps, whether it's manifesting, whether it's your career, whether it's you setting boundaries for preparing for a love situation coming in. You are basically, going back to that journaling, you're releasing your ego and you're saying, these are my boundaries. These are my values. These are my morals. These are what I accept happening in my life. And then you have a whole nother piece of paper and you say, this is what I don't like. This is what I don't value. These are not my boundaries. This is what I don't accept in my life. And you take this paper and you say bye, and you literally burn it, and you let all of your emotions attached to that go. And you say, I'm done. I'm done with this. These are no longer a part of my life. And that other piece of paper, you keep it with you for as long as you feel like you need to keep it with you. And then whenever you feel guided to, take that piece of paper and say, I accept these things into my life, and you burn them. And voila. It's not going to happen right as soon as you burn that piece of paper. But you keeping that piece of paper, you believing in that, you having faith in that, and then saying, I'm done here, this is to the universe. The universe sees that as you putting in the commitment. Once again, your commitment is being tested. Putting in the commitment to yourself, to what you want, to your life. And when the universe sees us committing to the things that we want to do and committing to the things that make us feel good, that is when we succeed. That is when we get the manifestations. That is when we see change happen in our life, is because we said, fuck it. I accept this. I can do this. I am who I am, and nothing and no one can change me. And I feel like that strongly stands with the Emperor card here. Stay in your power. Remember why you do this. Remember that you are capable of whatever it is that you're trying to succeed at. I feel like I said at the beginning, you may be somebody who's a family man. You're a family girl. You want to have children. You want to have that family life. You want to be the person who I had a masculine candle burning today with I put some abundance oil on it, and boy, did that candle burn quick. The feminine candle is still burning so slow. And I feel like this is a more masculine energy that I'm channeling. And you just want to be the caretaker for your family. Like, I feel like you're kind of like that old soul kind of person where you're like, I want to do all the work. I want my woman to be at home taking care of the house. But when I say that, I don't mean like you're like, she's the housemaid and she does all that. No, I feel like you want her to be comfortable. You want her to feel taken care of. You want her to feel like she's a queen. And like, I feel like even if you did do this, she has her own home business. Maybe she makes clothes, she knits, she does something like this. She's a tarot reader. She's somebody who does classes. Maybe she's a teacher and she teaches from home. Like, all these different things. You guys are both contributing on an equal level, but you want her to be at home with the children. You want the children to always have one parent there with them. And that's kind of a lifestyle that you want to live. But Spirit wants you to know that to be able to get there, you have to actively follow your boundaries. You have to actively set your plans and goals and follow through with them. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to do this, and then not commit. You got to stay committed to what it is you're trying to succeed at, because I see so much beautiful success here for you. Now you need to grab it. Now you need to say, and I feel like you are grabbing it. You're like putting an end to a lot of shit that should not be happening to you, because you got some just straight up, I'm gonna be straight up, no filter. You got a lot of shitty fucking people in your life that are just straight up dicks, and they're taking advantage of you. And like, you need to just clear that energy out. They don't deserve your fucking energy, man. Like, they're literally taking so much advantage of you, and they're making you think that they got you, but they got themselves. They are supporting themselves, and that's all they care about. And I feel like you need to remember to support you. You need to remember to take a step back and say, fuck it. These people aren't appreciating what I'm doing for them. I'm going to appreciate what I'm doing for myself. I'm going to put a little soup in my bowl. And if somebody gets upset because there's no soup left, well, that fucking sucks, bro. You should have got to the soup bowl faster. Point blank period. And it's not to say that you're not being selfish by doing this. No, you are protecting yourself. You are protecting your boundaries. And you're saying, no, bro. You're saying, oh, I'm done. I'm over it. You know, you're not taking it no more. You are literally fucking done. So stay in that energy. Stay done with everyone's bullshit. Open that throat chakra. Tell people how you really feel and commit to what it is you're trying to do. Because, ooh, when my throat chakra be doing that, I be knowing that this message is slightly for me. Because, fuck. Just know that you need to commit to yourself. And you have a very beautiful power here within you that you need to establish within the universe, that the universe needs you to establish. So take your power back. Remember who you are. Remember what you're capable of. And do not be afraid to be that person. Don't be afraid to be who you are, because that's how people take your power away. So I hope that this helps you on your soul journey, and I hope that you find guidance and healing and just beautiful energies from this message. I wish you all healing on your soul journey. Blessed be beautiful souls. If you want to see more content from me more often, go to my group, Azure's Guiding Light. And I don't post daily, but I do try to post, when I do post, really long, informative posts. So keep that in mind. If you do decide to join my group, I don't post often, but I post things that are very informative, that really help. That's also why I don't post on here very often, because when I do, I want to be committed to what I'm telling you. I want it to be very guiding and very helpful. If you are interested in a personal reading, you can email me at lovingsoulunfold@gmail.com. And I will go ahead and send you a list of my listings there. So thank you all for watching, and I hope that you guys really find guidance and healing from this, and that you can step into your soul journey, because, honey, you are a light healer, you are a light worker, and you are here to bring blessings to other people. Bless you, and I hope that I bring you a blessing. Thank you for watching. Bye.